All right, looks like I've got some sound, and I'm sure I will have some of you join me later on. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about something, and this involves a slight change in the format for the course. And I sent everybody an email about this, and I also have posted an announcement. And I want to show this to you so you can see. Okay, and we'll open this up. Here's what's going on. I mean, I provided you a long explanation, detailed explanation of what the story is, but here's what's going on. Basically, the what I'm going to do is record a screencast for the Monday section of BISS 1123. Then I'll also use that session for the Tuesday session, for the Tuesday section of BISS 1123. That way I can make sure to the extent possible that everybody's on the same pace and seeing me handle the material in the same way. Now, Wednesdays and Thursdays pose a bit of a different problem, okay? And it's just hard to line them up, okay? So what I decided was, okay, Monday, when I do a screencast, that will be the screencast also for Tuesday, so that, you both sections will see the same thing on Tuesday. Now, Wednesday will be a little bit different, and as will Thursday. And so what I'm toying with is maybe, do a screencast on Wednesday, and then do a screencast on Thursday. And once I've done both screencasts, then turn around and put in the other section. I'm just not sure, but the best and most effective way right now to keep everybody at the same pace and working on the same material, okay, so there's continuity, is to do the Monday, Tuesday, all right? And so that's what I'm going to do. So you'll still have a virtual class session on Tuesdays, okay? You'll have this kind of an intro, hi. And hi, glad to have you aboard. And Kristen, you'll want to take a look at the email I sent to everybody. But I was discussing it. Basically, here again, here's what I'm going to do. This is the long-winded email I sent everybody in this announcement. On Mondays, I do a screencast for the Monday, Wednesday section of 1123. Now, I also, of course, have a Tuesday, Thursday session. And so I've been concerned about making sure everybody kind of gets the same thing at the same pace. And so what I decided to do is this. I'm in Shawnee on Monday, and I do a live screencast on Mondays from Shawnee. So I'm going to save that recording, and then I'll just simply post it over here for everybody in 1123 in the Tuesday, Thursday section. Now, I'll still do a short live screencast like I am now, just to go over logistics and so forth, and to kind of introduce the video that I did Monday. Wednesday and Thursday poses a little bit different problem because it's coming out of virtual days into a live class session, and it just doesn't lend itself to the Monday, Tuesday. So everybody in 1123, if you're in the Monday, Wednesday section or the Tuesday, Thursday section, will see me do the same screencast, okay? The difference will be that for all of you here in 1123, there will be a second short screencast where I'll just basically do some housekeeping, what's going on with you and all that business, so you can see where we are in the course, etc. And it's the recording I'm making right now. So everybody will be on pace. I just haven't figured out how to do a Wednesday, Thursday yet. So once I do, I may do another format change. But that's what's going on right now. So everybody will see. Everybody, of course, the Monday, Wednesday section will see the Monday post, that screencast. Then on Tuesday, everybody who's in the Tuesday, Thursday section will see the same screencast. Now, I'll still do a short little introduction like I'm doing now to kind of talk through housekeeping, what's due, etc. And so I think this will work out better for everybody. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with Wednesday and Thursday. Like I said, I'm just going to have to do some more thinking on all of that. Now, that being said, once I've finished this short kind of screencast, this little intro thing, you can go over and take a look at what we did on Monday, okay? And what we did Monday is we covered case number 3 in the access cases, okay? And case number 3 is the Hudson Palmer. What's the name of that case? It's case number 4. Excuse me. Let's see. Case number 2. I'm sorry. Case number 2. Hudson Palmer. Okay, the lawyer, the case involves attorneys, and we walk through some more table building there. We run some queries. We do some importing and exporting of data. Okay, we run some queries given the task that's, but we really focus a lot on creating tables. Okay, so that's pretty much what it will be. You'll see in this video. But you do need to see it because that's the screencast, i.e. the class session. This is kind of an intro thing. All right, and this isn't too much different if I came into class, spoke for 10 or 15 minutes, and then turn around and say, okay, now here's a movie to watch. You probably have that section. Well, here is the screencast of the lecture. You'll want to see that, both sections. Now, I want to talk about where we are in the course in terms of not the format, but what's going on with the flow of the course. And we're coming down to that time now. You know, we're at module 8 or 9, week 8 or 9. Let me put it down here. And week 7, excuse me. Week 7 was spring break. Okay, we didn't have any classes. Then this week of the 27th and the 29th, which is Tuesday the 27th, Thursday the 29th, you have these things due. You have XLS 7 is also listed over there. It showed up in the syllabus, but and you should have uploaded XLS 7 already. We've worked ahead on that. Now, what we have going on for this week is XLS 8. That's the Excel case number 8. You should have already uploaded it and have it done. The same with XLSX or Excel case number 9. Okay, and then you have a quiz today, and you may. What I've tried to do is to make sure that the Monday Wednesday class, and the Tuesday, Thursday class, everybody has the same due date. Okay. That's the fairest way I know how to do about it because the way the semester flows and days off and this and that. So anyway, now I've got some links over here for you in terms of talks about business intelligence. Here's some return on investment on analytics work, and then here is here's a resource on using regression analysis in Excel from a site called Easy Excel. They're kind of a tutorial. Okay, so that's what's due this week. Now, what you'll see from that screencast of yesterday, Monday the 26th, that we're working on case number 2, the Hudson Palmer case. And so you can just go over, and I've got the link there, and you can go over and watch it. And you could see all that we did. We did, as I said before, we did some more work with the table, okay? Adding table constraints like the information is required. We did some work with the table, like we created some lookup tables where they would work out. I showed you some stuff about computations and creating expressions, and then of course importing and exporting data. into and from the database. We covered some of that. And so, you know, we're just kind of progressing along, and we had some queries there. And you'll see in the screencast. And the other thing is, you also should always have your book with you so you can follow along. And I show you there what to upload. So that's case number 2. Now, when you've finished watching the video, okay, the screencast, you're going to want to upload access case number 2 here. All right. So you can I think I uploaded a file yesterday. If not, you can watch the screencast, and just to make sure you get the workshop credit, all right, we're going to do this. Take you over to the files section, and you're going to see any of these that are ACCDB2. Okay, that's the Hudson Palmer. That's access case number 2. Let me see what else we got going on here. If I had any other versions of it that you could upload in case you got mixed up. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I had uploaded a solution or the result of that workshop I did yesterday. Okay, and let me look down here for just a minute. And let me see what we got here, because I'm pretty sure that I did that. I may not have uploaded it, so I'll have to get around to getting that done. Let me back up here for a minute. But I have 2 files here that, in the event something doesn't work, you've got them as backup. Okay, and again, that's how you get the credit for the that's how you get the credit for the workshop. Okay, so as usual, we're working ahead. All right, now on Thursday, I'm going to start us on case number 3, just like I'll start the Monday, Wednesday section Wednesday on case number 3. Okay, and here's case 3, and let me make that. Let me go ahead and publish that so it's available. Okay, so you can upload it in the event you have a problem of some sort. I can't emphasize how important it is for you, as I work through these cases, to have the book out, okay, and to be paying attention to what I'm doing, because I'm doing several things in these cases that are going to show up on the hands-on part of either exam number 2 or the finals. So you're going to want to be on top of that. Okay, so that's pretty much kind of where we are in terms of the in terms of what's going on with the course. And like I said, I'll go back and upload. I thought I had uploaded the file that I used for Hudson Palmer. Here's another one. All right, and you can see over the years, you know, I've got pieces, bits and pieces as I tweak these, adding a little bit to them more as we have a time. So Hudson Palmer, that's case number 2. That's there as well. And you'll see again, as I said as I said at the start, in that case, all right, in Hudson Palmer, you're going to do some more work on tables. We'll do some more work on developing the tables, okay, especially table constraints, like a lookup menu, a drop-down menu, requirements, you know, the field is required, that kind of thing. Then we'll run some queries, and I'll show you about expressions, all right, and so we'll import some data from Excel. We export some data to Excel and talk about, you know, using a database for what it's intended versus using a spreadsheet for what it's intended. Okay, and And that video is, I believe it's a minute, pardon me, an hour and 8 minutes or something like that. Now this brings us to something else that I want to make sure of. As often when I hit this section of the course, the access cases, students have questions. Now, if I'm doing a live stream, all you've got to do is ask the question, I'll answer it. If you're watching the video, okay, and the screencast, if it's a live cast, you can always stop me and ask me to, you know, explain what you did. Otherwise, when you see a screencast and you have a question, give me the minute, okay, and the hour, pardon me, the hour and the minute indicator, and that tells me right exactly where to go in the screencast so I can answer your question. Okay, that's the beauty of this is, you know, even if you were, you know, if you weren't watching the live stream, you can still say, hey, right at this point, here's what I don't understand that, and I will certainly answer back. And I'll probably do a short little screencast for you back via email to try to answer your question. Okay, but I just felt like you know, I want to make sure we're kind of on the same page, everybody, and as you know, as you could see over the years, you know, I've tackled that case in a number of ways, okay? And again, the Hudson Palmer case is number 2, and it's over there on page 165, okay? And and basically, you know, it goes through the company, and then they decide to develop a personnel database, and they have some information on special contractor people, an expert witness, private investigators, process servers. There are 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken, and you'll see that and see how I do, and I handle that, building that table. Okay, and what I will also do is, you know, I'll just have to go back and find that file that I did yesterday, and I'll upload it over here as well. I probably have it. I'm probably just not seeing it. But anywhere where you see Access Case 2 or you see Hudson Palmer, it should be published, and you can upload that. Okay, after you've seen the video, the screencast on that gives you generally how. Well, it doesn't give you generally, specifically walks you through dealing with that case. All right. So, and that's what I was referring to with the change in format, so that Monday and Tuesday everybody sees the same thing. As I said before, I'm not sure how I'm going to do Wednesday, Thursdays. I'm just going to have to play that by ear and see how it works itself out. I'm not comfortable yet saying, okay, the Wednesday screencast I can use on Thursday because I'm over there on Thursday. Okay, so I'm there anyway. Now, again, here are some of the files if you need to. You can upload this Access Case 2, anything that says that, or ACCDB2 or Hudson Palmer. And I'll go back and I'll find that file that I had uploaded that, you know, will help you out a little bit. Now, all that being said, there's always the person who wants to upload for credit the workshop, but wants to kind of see the thing and try some of this stuff on their own without, you know, following this or just taking a stab at it using the resources there. And we're going to download this for just a second. Here are the solution files, okay, and it's that solution file, Solve It 6.0 solution files. And I'm going to open it up for just a second, okay. And so for those of you who've come in late, please, once I post this short little intro, which I will, come back and watch the whole thing. And here we have Hudson Palmer, okay. And this is the solution file, although I'll open it up and show you. It's really not much of a solution. It's more of like a skeleton file. It's got some stuff in it. And this is what the course authors had used, okay? But, and I'm just going to go ahead and close that off. The course authors use these, but they're not as good, okay, as, and not going to have the extent of material that you're, or technique, or techniques as you're going to see from the screencast that I do, okay? And so that's why I said, we kind of will move a little bit slower. And as you notice, it's taking us a couple of class sessions to cover a case. And you notice right now, I'm really focusing more on how to build tables than to do anything. Why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. The tables are the heart of any database. And if the tables aren't done correctly, and if the tables are not complete, when you go run a report, you're going to get junk. And that's no good for you. You want to have information. That's the whole idea of this. And so you'll see as I go walk through that. And those are some things we did in case one. And also you'll see in the video today, the screencast that's there, you'll also see that I use a form. And we talk about using forms and why we use them. And then we talk a little bit about reports, which I hate access reports, but we show you a little bit more. So that's what's going on with as far as that goes. Now let me pop us back over here again. And like I said, these are going to be shorter 15, 20-minute videos, and then you'll want to go back in and look at the announcement and then the video I made, the screencast I made from yesterday, so that the students in 1123 Monday, Wednesday, and the students who take it Tuesday, Thursday, see the same thing on Monday and Tuesday, okay? Now, like I said again, I'm not sure how I'm going to handle Wednesday and Thursday. I'm just not, because it's different when it's flipped, in the sense that I'm over here on Wednesdays, and then I'm back over there on Thursdays. Okay, so you'll want to take a look at that announcement, and it explains it again in great detail. Okay, and I'd sent everybody an email earlier about this, and here it is, that slight change in format. Okay, and then here is the screencast that was done yesterday. That you guys, I have a link for you to go take a look at it. So you folks who are in the Tuesday, Thursday class see the same thing that everybody did on Monday. Okay? And now, you'll always want to, on Tuesdays, for sure, to look at this short, and I'll call it kind of a session, case introduction, or introduction session, or something like that. You'll want to look at it, and then you'll also want to look at the case file, okay? And again, I've given you kind of an overview of the case and where it's located there at page 159, I think. Yeah, pardon me, 165. It's Hudson, Palmer, Martinez, and Flenderson, and they're going to build a personnel database and do some other computation, okay? So that will pretty much do it. Now, I'm going to stop and see. I have some of us. Is there anybody that has a question I could try to answer for you? If you do, go ahead and raise your hand. If you have one, I'll try to answer it. Okay, it doesn't look like there is. Now, if something should occur to you, all right, and as always, send me an email and try to contact me. I'm trying to be a little more fluid today with my office hours and virtual office hours there, but you can always email me and I'll try to answer your question if you have one. So I just want to go back to the modules for a minute and kind of walk you through where we are in the course, what's going on. As I said, this kind of little intro video for today is just kind of housekeeping to keep us apprised of where we are. Okay, and we're at week number 8. and this XLS 8 and 9, you should have already uploaded those. You've got the few quiz, that quiz that is due Thursday. Okay, then I've got some resources there for you. And then next week, you should have uploaded case number 10, the Excel case 10, and you have a trend analysis quiz. And then we probably will be working on Access case number 3 or 4, depending upon how comfortable I am moving us forward. Okay, and I think, and again, not everybody's worked with Access, and so I'm trying to kind of focus on and build on the things and not take us too deep too fast. Although I think once you've seen a lot of this stuff done and explained to you, you can do it yourself. So then we come down to week 10. Okay, then we come down to exam 2, part 1, and exam 2, part 2. And I even provide you some examples, and then of course the place. So a lot of what we're doing here will have some bearing, and certainly the Excel cases will have some bearing. Then there's week 11. Okay, and then we move into at week 12. Okay, there are no class meetings, and that's because you're going to have some significant assignments to handle. Same thing with week 13. Here's what you'll have going on. You'll have the XLS function paper, and you need to read the instructions on that. Okay, and I'll talk a little bit about it in the next couple weeks or so. Then there's this spatial analysis exercise, and Access cases 5 and 6. We should have them done by then. And you can also use that flex time, okay, to work on the final as you're starting to kind of understand. My exams have 2 pieces. One is a content piece, an objective test. The other is I give you some tasks to do. Go do X, Y, and Z. All right, and that's going to be the case on the final. And I've got the final in here to set up so that you can do part 1, which is the hands-on part. That's going to be due before the end, that's due before the start of the final exam period. And then on the final exam period, you have 2 exams, parts 3 and 4. You can always work ahead, and I'll talk with you some more about that, and probably folks will have some questions. Well, that's kind of do it for this kind of overview of what we've got. Overview for the case number 3, Access case number 3. And if you don't have any questions, I'm going to stop the share, and then what I'll do is I'll save this, process it, and place it over there at YouTube. And this plus the email I sent should keep everybody in tune. But again, now what you want to look at after you've sat through this little short intro is you definitely want to see this, a slight change in format, and that way you can see the link over there to case number 3, and that's the one I did with the class, the 1123 section that meets Monday and Wednesday. Okay, so thanks a lot for the time. I'm going to stop the share, and then I'm going to stop the recording.